Well, good morning, everybody. How you doing out there? Welcome to Wednesday, August 11, 2022. For those who don't know, this is Rick. Hey, I'm in the Right Way Options room right now. Doug's going to be out for a little while. Don't know for how long. He'll give us a ring. He'll be back. So good morning. How's everybody? Hello, Mike, Stu, Julie, how are you? Jan, Thomas, Joe, John, CQ, Mai, Steph, Larry, how's everything going? Nigel, Ron, man, glad to have everybody here. This is fantastic. Full house, full house. All right. Oh, I thought you left. Oh, sorry. An hour. Oh, you okay. You were speaking Central Time, not Eastern Time. My bad, Doug. My bad. Sorry. Oh, well. Okay, so what are we doing here? Let's take a look at the market. SPY still bullish. SPY still trending. Who would have thought, huh? Who would have thought that the market is still rocking and rolling here? Well, it is, and there's not a doggone thing you can do about it. You can't do anything about it. If you want to be bearish, tough, just tough. There's nothing you can do. Trend is clearly to the upside here. We have negotiated our way through quite a bit of resistance right here, and there's still quite a bit of resistance ahead of us here. So let's truly be careful, okay? I'm not a forever bull. I'm ready to go bearish if we need to be bearish. I have no problem with that. But I'm certainly not going to fight the trend here. This little level right here, I think, is kind of important. Now, we're pretty far away from that now, so I'm not going to use that. That's what I had on here last night when I was doing some chart work. Now I think what I'm going to have to do is move this up pretty much to these candles. So I'm going to come in here and put as many touches as possible. And keep it kind of reasonable. So something like that. We have a touch, a touch, a touch, 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 touch. I'm good. So as long as we stay above 416.10, I'm going to be okay with that. You know what? I'm going to bring this down a little bit more because I want this candle in there. There we go. How about 415.30? As long as we stay above that, we're good. So what I mean by that is we could pull back and test here, and I'm still going to be bullish. We break through this line right here, though, and then that's going to be could lead to more downside. So this is sort of my important level right in here. I don't think we need this line here. That just kind of messes with everything right now. So I think that kind of works. Let's take a look at UVXY here. There's just no fear here, none. Market just keeps pushing lower and lower and lower. I'm sorry, market. The VIX keeps pushing lower. And as long as it keeps pushing lower, well, there's simply no fear. And if there's no fear, the market's going to work its way up. It may be a wall of worry, no doubt about that. In fact, I'm pretty confident everybody's worried about that wall, but they're climbing the wall. Another chart that I really, really like, really follow a whole lot is this T2123. It's a TC2000 indicator, if you will, and we're still bullish on that. This is the hourly, and here's the 15-minute. We got a little questionable maybe in here. Didn't quite break down, but it was close, and here we came back up. So as long as those stay bullish, I'm going to remain bullish, and as long as we stay in the bullish trend. Good morning, Blue. John, how you guys doing? All right, let's take a look at some charts here. Take a look at Bank of America. Get back over here. So Bank of America, the doggone thing is moving up too far right now today to beat a buyer. So this kind of messes things up a little bit for me. I think what we might do here is let's move this up. Where's it at? Get that out of the way, and this one, there it is. I'm going to move this up to today's low. right here. So far, today's low. Now what I'm going to do is move this back. And I could see being a buyer in this area. I would like for it to pull back a little bit. That would make me much happier. I would be a buyer. I could be a buyer right in there. And after taking a look at no, we're going to leave it right there. I'll leave it right there. I'm good with that. And a stop would be right in this area. Target's up here at 37, 38, 41, 44 up there where we see these lines. These lines go over to where I see some resistance. Resistance also equals target areas. Let's look at AMD. AMD is still moving up. I came so super close to buying some AMD yesterday. So super close. Unfortunately, I felt uncomfortable about the market. It wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. I really didn't want the market as a whole to gap up yesterday. I really didn't want that to happen. And then I just felt there was too much risk of a little bit of pullback today. So a little bit of pullback. That's all. But I didn't want to buy something just to be punished. Now, I didn't buy something, and now I'm being punished because I didn't get the better price. Sheesh, damned if you do and damned if you don't. So anyway, I'm not worried. We're going to get some charts. Not a problem at all. AMD is setting up for a nice little J hook here. We're above the dotted deuce. Did I do this today? I did on some of them. And I'll do this as long as I have time this morning, okay? So let's do this. I'm going to put a stop on right here. Anything below 97, 98. And I'm a rounder, so I would probably round this to 95. I like round numbers, okay? I just like that. So I would round it to 95 as a stop. Now, what I'm going to do is come up and look for resistance or target areas. So this is going to have to be one right here. That certainly makes sense. The other one is going to be right here. That makes sense. And what makes sense about it is where we have a little bit of an argument right here with the bulls and the bears. Bulls are trying to get through. The bears are trying to say no. So it's argue, argue, argue very clearly that the bears won. So we need to get through that to go any higher, just like we need to get through this top here to go any higher. I'm going to put another line at the 200 period moving average because this is a rounded bottom breakout. And that makes that one of my favorite trade strategies. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come right over here to that bottom line, and we're going to put a box up there like this, and then we're going to put kind of an entry box right here, and I may adjust that in a minute. Turn this red. You can see why I can only do this as long as we have time. It does take an extra little minute to do this. So I think I am going to move this up. I'm going to go up here. There we go. If we anywhere in this box, I think is a buy. Here's your stop. I also have no problem on a breakout of that box and/or a breakout of this level here at 103.97. From the very bottom to the top, we've got about 17.6% profit. Of course, the higher you buy it, then the profit starts to chew away. But if from let's just take it from here up. If that's 13%, I personally would be pretty happy with that. All right, let's see what else we got. I'm going to skip a couple only because I don't see it there. I want to jump to Disney. Yes, there it is. Disney, I sent a quick little video out that we'd break down Disney today. So when a stock gaps up, I'm actually going to get rid of all that. When a stock gaps up, one of the best ways to trade this is just simply put a line at the top of the candle and at the bottom of the candle. And I tend to use bodies over lows. I know that lows and highs are wicks. I know they're there. Sometimes I will migrate to the wicks, but most of the time I stay with the bodies. So here's yesterday's candle. This becomes a buy on a breakout of this high here, and it is a short below this low. So really, gaps are super, super simple to trade. They really are. So here we've gapped up. Now this becomes a buy. So let's set this chart up how we might look at it. We'll do it a little different. This is our buy area. We'll kind of attack this one a little different. Okay, there's our buy area. Now, where do we think it can go? Well, there's the 200 period moving average. That works for me. There's the 1,000 period moving average. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with using price action because I'll use both. I'm going to put another line right here. So let's go check this out. Here's the 200 period moving average. Oh, look how that magically, that shazam, that works. Look how we magically get to these highs over here. We go to the 1,000 period moving average. We get through that gap, this little bunch of candles right in here. And I put a target area at 143.20. You can see where we started moving. We got into this shooting star here. And we're starting to get into this little area here. There we go. My eyes started looking at the wrong line. Okay, now what does that represent? I think that's very important. What does that represent? Let's do this. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Up, up. There we go. Close enough. About 18%. So that is my trading field. So if this was to be bought by me today, which there's no guarantee it is. Honestly, it's up like this. I'm more of a little bit of a pullback buyer, so I'm more likely to wait for a little bit of a pullback, then maybe get a buy in here. Long as we continue to work this field up here, I'm good. I'm happy. I'm long. If we start to break down and we work this field here, right there, then this just might be a short versus a long. So it's super easy to work with a gap. Super easy. PYPL, this is another one on a PYPL. Another one that I had mentioned we'd break down here. So PYPL, we've got a little bottom here. We've got a downtrend. Yeah, bottom doesn't matter. We've got a nice downtrend, and here the trend has changed. Clearly can be seen. We're now over the 50 period moving average. We've got a low, high, higher low, went pretty much way up here to a higher high, and then back to a higher low. And now we're trying to make a higher high. We're working on it. We've got a T-line run here, and the T-line's above the trend indicator. T-lines or trend indicators above the 50. 50 starting to curl up. We have challenged this red line here. We have challenged what we call the dotted deuce here, and it seems to be working. So I'm going to look at this area as being a place to put a buy together. And now from here to this line to 144.60, we get into the middle of this gap over here. I'm going to look at that as my playground to make money. So that's my swing trade field right there. I'm not saying the chart can't go higher. Absolutely, it can go higher. I'm not even saying that is in fact where it's going to go. I'm just saying that that's the field we're going to play in right there. So target areas might be this 115.80, 122.90, and then, I really ought to put one right here. 130 up here right at the 200 period moving average. And just maybe we get to 144.60 up here. So either way you look at it, the playing field is 48%. If bought here, somewhere in this area, just up to that first target is 14%. Bought in this same area, up to the next target is 20 to 21%. So that looks like a pretty good trade to me. Let's take a look at BA. BA is putting together J-hook, continuation, pop out of the box, consolidation type chart pattern. You can see the trend. Trend is awfully nice. Here we've crossed the 50. Here we've gone up. Just nailed the dotted deuce right to the money. Here we pulled back and the T-line stopped us. We tried to get through that dotted deuce area again and just could not do it. So the little army here, pushed back, got new troops right here at the T-line, and boom, they finally found a crack, and they went through that dotted deuce here. And you can see the support being built. Test, 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 test equals support. Now we're starting to get a little bit of a pop this morning. Now, I have to admit, we need to see follow through. Okay, we need to see that. If we get over 173, then I don't see any reason why we can't get to 183.90 or that 200 period moving average. Now, we're already up a little bit, so maybe what we ought to do is go find this over here and move this up just a tad because we're now way off that bottom. Now what we're going to do is move this up here. I'm going to actually move this down. And right there, I just made a trade plan. Stop. Well, you could maybe move that stop down just a little bit if you want. Right in there. There we go. You've got your stop area. You've got your buy area. You've got your breakout buy area. And we're looking at about 16% to the big target. Or what is it? Try to get in there. Under 10% to the 200 period. Still a great trade. Starbucks. So I went to Starbucks yesterday for the very first time, and I just absolutely have no idea when. Long time. Picked up my daughter-in-law some coffee, and I got a water. I can't believe I was in the drive-through line with at least 9 cars ahead of me for a cup of water that they're going to charge me for. You go Starbucks. It was great water, though. I got to tell you, it was good water. I see why their stock does so well. There's some dedicated Starbucks buyers out there to stand in line. So let's take a look at Starbucks. Look at that beautiful trend there. Fantastic. It's stopping right here at the 1,000 period moving average, but the trend is still a trend. The trend is bullish. It looks good. I like this. So now the thing to do is come over here, and where can it go? Does that make sense? Look, see where price went up here? Price went up here. Does that make sense? Also the 200 period moving average. That makes sense. I like that idea. All right, let's find another target. Let's see what we can do here. Come through here. Right there. See where we kind of rally up, touch, right through here. That looks like another target, 97. We could come up here to this big, whoa, that is not what I wanted. That is not my secret indicator, folks. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do that right here on the left. We've got this low. I know we went lower, but I want touches. So we've got touches. We'll call that quits. All right. Now on this one, I'm going to draw 3 boxes, okay? 1. We're going to draw another one. 2. Let's get that one down there. There we are. Now let's draw another one. 3. There we go. So from this area here to the 200 period moving average is a little over 8.5%. Up to this target of 97.89 is about between 14-15%. And all the way up here at 108 is 27.3%. So we've got plenty good field to trade. And this is not a buy and hold kind of a thing. This is a trade it. You know, if it's bought, you take profits into strength, you let it rest. It will rest. There's no question about that. Rest. This thing likes to rest. Nice chart. So, let's trade the rest up there. Entry-wise, if you're not digging the 1,000 period moving average here, if you want to be over those highs, okay, there you go. Just wait till we get over. That's all you got to do. Just plan your trade. That's all. It's all. Whoa, boy, did I do that wrong. Let's try this one more time. There we go. That's better. Much better. Here we go. Plan your trade. All righty. Okay, that is about all the time I had. Sorry. There's a few more here. We'll talk about those when the market opens up here we'll definitely get those. Okay. Anyway, good luck trading to everybody today. Be nimble, be cautious. Yesterday in the trading room, I asked everybody in the trading room, is the bottom in? There were some yeses and there were some nos. Who knows? I don't know. This being the bottom, which means if the bottom is in, that doesn't mean that we can't have some kind of a, some kind of a pullback. Doesn't mean that at all. I mean, we could see a 23.6%, fib pullback. There's your 38% pullback. There's your 50% pullback. So you could definitely see that in here. So is the bottom in? Honestly, I don't know. I can't tell you if it is. I want it to be in, so let's let it be in until it's not. Let's mainly just trade the trade. Trade the trend. Trend's your friend. All right, I really do need to get out of here now. You guys take care. Thank you so very much. We'll see everybody. Doug, good luck at the dentist, buddy. And we'll see everybody when the market opens up, okay? Thanks a bunch.